Hello and welcome to another video of Archons Only, where we try to beat Genshin Impact using only Archon characters. So this video is going to be all over the place because there are different story quests and storylines that we're trying to do. Not only to get Primogens to pull for Zhongli and Mavuika, yes, this is in the past, so forget if we get them or not. You can see that we don't even have them in our party, so this was actually before that. And also we want to advance through the story quest so we can actually move from Fontaine. Finally, this is one of the final acts of Fontaine. If you remember, the last video that was actually in the past is when we finish Furina story quest, and now this is something that happens in between, that Tartaglia and the whole whale appears, and what we need to do after, even I think it's after Furina's quest, is to try to fight the whale for the first time. But we know that this is not the first time that we try to defeat the whale. I'm thinking. I think... yes, I think this is the required material for Furina, right? So then, like, of course, it's not the first time that we have to do this, but it's the first time that we do it in this story. So then I think that's kind of like a important thing, and I'm probably going to showcase it. In theory, it should not take us that much because we have stronger characters, especially with Hyperbloom, with Nahida, Furina, and Raiden Shogun. That's good enough. And also having Furina that has both Osha and Numa can actually really make this boss really easy compared to other characters that are non-Fontaine. Especially when we need to fight the weird paladin or something like that inside the other dimension inside the whale. So that's kind of like easy to do. So yeah, basically what you're going to see here is that we are trying to do different things. We're trying to defeat different parts of the story, not only through Fontaine, but also through Natlan, and I think some of them is even something with Danslave. So then in the end it's going to be full of different things. Of course, I'm probably not going to show everything that I do. I'm only going to show maybe the important parts where we need to fight two different things, or try to do some more adventure, fighting, discovering. And also I'm trying to not use as many quests that, or at least try not to make videos that are kind of like boring, especially because we're kind of like really behind with our schedule, especially because we, for example, we don't have yet Zhongli and we don't have Mavuika, so then that means that we are at least 2 patches away from the reality, and there's a lot of things that we did in between both of them, so we need to build them, we need to try to see if we can do spiral abyss, and trying to do other things, quests, primogens, etc, etc. So I'm not going to show everything that I do in the future videos. I was thinking how to make this content maybe available. So there is this idea of having members of the channel. I don't know if that's going to be real or not, if I'm going to go it in the end or not. But I was thinking that maybe if some people want to become a member, I could actually showcase or upload my actual recordings of myself playing without any editing, without anything else. So you can actually see what my real gameplay looks like. It's terrible, spoiler alert, but you will going to see everything that I do, and not only the parts that I'm showing here. Probably I have so many videos, so I don't think that's going to be an end of content. I will not run out of content because I could upload these ones, so many of them. But that could be another possibility of having like members of the channel. So if you think you would be interested into something like this, please let me know. If not, I would remove this idea from my head. Another thing that I was thinking about having members of the channel is that I can showcase maybe kind of the you can see the videos before I release them. So sometimes I record videos in advance, maybe 1 or 2 episodes in advance. Sometimes if I'm going to vacations or things like that, I need to record really long time ahead, because I know that I'm not going to be able to upload them when I want to or when I'm supposed to. Then I can actually make them, and I realized that when I was uploading them, that I can make them accessible for the members of the channel before making them accessible for the rest of the people. So that could be another possibility. Let me know what you actually think about that, or if you have any other suggestions of things that you would like to do. The same with the shorts, like you can actually see them before I actually make them available for everyone. So if you didn't know or if you didn't notice, I'm trying to upload shorts every week at least, and I try to space them in between the long videos. So I think it's maybe on Sundays and Thursdays or something like that. If I have more time, I might going to upload more, maybe one every day. That would be ideal. But again, that would require a lot of things. But that would be another possibility. You can actually see the shorts beforehand if you are a member. But again, I haven't decided if I want to do members, and if I do members, what they're going to entail. So I'm open to suggestions, and if you have any ideas or any recommendations or things that you would actually like to see, I'm all ears, and please let me know in the comments, and we will actually try to do something to do it with it. Of course, like the other options, like there are no members of the channel, but nothing changed over there, and you will see the videos when you want, and you will never see the non-shared content that you see in the videos. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I would really like to hear your opinions, suggestions, and everything regarding that. So as you can see here, we're actually now trying to fight the whale. It's not going as good as I thought. The good thing is that we can heal with furina. So one of the things that's happening is that you can really get damaged by, especially when the whale, I think it releases from the bottom. You can actually get like these water streams attacking you a lot, and they do a lot of damage, and they follow you around, or at least they are in a certain area. You're going to see them now, I think. Yes, you can see them there. So those are really damaging you, so that's why I need to use furina into healing mode if I actually want to hit the whale. Now it's the moment of truth. Now is when we go inside the whale, and I think this is the best part of having furina, because first we can use her. Oh, we dodged it. What happened there? The whale was supposed to swallow us. I wonder if that's a different animation for... Oh, there it is. That was weird. I never saw that. I wonder if that's because of this is the first time in theory we encounter the whale. But yeah, it was kind of like interesting. That animation was also different. So I guess it's because it's the story, the part of the story that works like that. And this doesn't happens in the boss after you unlock it. So maybe that's something that we're meant to do by then. The other good thing about this boss is that I didn't know that you can actually damage the enemy through the shield using attack. So then that's great. You can see that we can do a lot of damage using electric charge and hyper blooms, which is super overpowered. But yeah, I feel that that's going to be kind of fun to remove the shield. Maybe one more round. Let's see if we can do it with furina. Yes. And I wonder if... Oh my god. It's almost dead. Yes, perfect. I hope we can... Once I go... Oh, there's animation in here. Okay, I guess I never saw this because I actually never completed this in any of my accounts. So I guess this is what you actually are supposed to see the first time. And then in the boss you need to defeat it, defeat the whale. So that was kind of interesting. Why does this have that weird red glow? What's happening? Oh, that's Kirk. And that's the thing, you actually win when you defeat the boss. So I guess now I can understand why it looks like that. But what about the other things? It's going to be really fun to see when they make her playable. she's going to be super overpowered. I think that that's one of the characters that's going to be the most sought on after, and probably is going to, a lot of people are going to spend a lot of primogens into her, and that would be cool to see. Probably is going to introduce a new element, because I don't know if she's going to have any of the elements that are actually available in Tiebat. So maybe that's something interesting that we're going to see. Maybe something about Dark and Light. But yeah, we were able to finish Natlan Archon quest, and now we're doing some exploration, some side quests in Natlan. And I feel like this place is so beautiful. This is, I didn't include anything else because this is one of like a really, really long quest, and basically that's why I was saying like, you would, if you like to see these kind of things that I'm not including, I think I have like 2 more videos with different quests in Natlands I decided not to include. Although it's a lot of time playing it, I feel like it's not as interesting to see it on a video, especially about Archons Only. There was nothing really, really challenging by that time point. If I found some of the different domains and quests are kind of using characters that we don't have, or that we need to use them in a weird way, because for example we cannot walk in lava and we can fly with venti and these kind of things, that would be ideal, and I would think that would be really interesting for the video. But in this case it's nothing like that, so that's why I decided to omit them. The other thing that's really interesting is that we're doing now one of the latest quests. I think this is after Fontaine, and this is where we do Dance Slave quest. And if I'm not wrong, here's when we bring Counter, our twin, and we have a lot of time to talk to her. I think in theory we're not supposed to remember anything about this. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't remember well, but of course we have it in video so we know what happens. But I feel like it's a really wasted time. We would really like to hear more about the sibling, why the sibling is going with the Abyss, especially because like everything we hear until now is that the Abyss is the enemy, and for example now the Fatuis are not our enemies anymore. I don't know what they're planning to do with the Gnosis. That's something we need to figure out later. But what I'm really interested in is to see why the other sibling is allying with the Abyss when actually the Abyss is the bad people. So I don't know. We will see what happens. What other plot twists are actually showing. And if we at some point become the other sibling and we join the dark side, and maybe that's when we need to start doing again the whole story, and maybe the other sibling, probably they are going to be a cycle, maybe. I don't know how they're going to finish Genshin Impact. I feel that there are a lot of things to discuss and they're not showing them, so I don't know what's going to happen in the future, but I'm really keen to actually see it. Where do we need to go? Is this not the right place? Oh my god, so stupid. It was easier than I expected. This is like a creepy dungeon. It looks a lot like the Encanamilla places, right? I wonder if it's related to it. I've been also reading all your comments regarding different things that we can use in the Spiral Abyss, especially now that we have 6 Archons. Then we have so many variations or combinations that we can use in different sites. I know it actually depends on the enemies that we need to defeat or the different rooms that there are, but I feel that we can actually think of not only how we're going to pair the different Archons together, but also how we can build them. Because having different combinations, maybe it means that we don't actually need to use the best kit for them to actually work as an individual character, but maybe there are better kits that can be used to boost their main DPS in our case. So I would really like to hear your recommendations, not only on not only tell me which Archons would be paired together um, in the same side, but also what builds would you use on them. And I feel that would be really interesting to actually do a video testing all of them and see which one overperforms the other. I think that would be a great idea and a great addition to a future video, especially because if we are able to 3-star the floor 12, that would be amazing. We've never done that. I think we never reached floor 12. Or if we reach floor 12, we weren't able to get even 1 star. So that would be kind of fun to see if we are actually being able to improve or not with the Archons that we need, or if we actually need to wait another region to reach and try to get the Tsaritsa. So we will see how everything goes. I would really like to hear your opinions and the different builds that we can do. And I feel that because there is nothing else that we need to wait for, trying to pull a new Archon, trying to build a new character, I think that building different, not teams, but different builds for them, I think would be really interesting. And maybe different artifacts. I know that some artifacts boost the Dendro reactions, other ones boost basic attacks, and maybe I should use something that boosts hydro damage, maybe, or with Mavuika, maybe EM. I should focus more on EM. I don't know. We will think what we can use, because if I put Furina and Mavuika together, maybe that could be a good vaporize build. But yeah, I feel that we're not going to know what's going to be better. Also, Zhongli, like, I don't think we need to have Zhongli with a attack boosting. Maybe an attack boosting for Mavuika would be good. I don't know. Give me your opinions on what we should do. If you really think outside of the box, I think that would be ideal. I read that someone say I should use a healer Nahida, and I feel that's one of the most cursed builds I heard. But maybe if we need an extra healing, or if we need an extra way to do it, maybe that would be the way to do it. Because I think the Dendro and Electro reactions, they depend on the EM on the Electro character, not in the Dendro one. So maybe that could be a good idea. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I'm all in for like cursed builds that we can think before. The same could also be applied to the Fatui only account. I know that we only have 4 characters, but there are 2 characters that could arise in the future, and that would be kind of fun to see. So yeah, I would really like to hear your different opinions and what suggestions you have. Even if there are cursed builds, there are things that we can actually try in different videos and try to do something until we get, for example, another rerun of a different Archon, for example, Mavuika, and maybe try to get a constellation for Mavuika could be a good idea. So yeah, I feel that after we we finish building our different Archons and we test them in the Spiral Abyss, there's not much else we can do until we reach a new region or we reach a new rerun of a different Archon. So I really like to hear your opinion, but I think this is the best time of finish the video. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share if you really like it. And I see you in the next one. Bye bye.